Hey Tiff, what's going on?
Hey Max, what's going on? I am trying to make some curry.
Oh yeah? How you making the curry?
It's the boxes that you get from the discount store.
Can I see that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you make curry in a box, huh?
Yeah.
You can do better than this.
I can. Oh!
We're not using that. We're making real curry.
Whoa, how did you do that?
Magic, obviously. Like, you want to cook some real curry?
Yeah, I want to cook some real curry.
All right, let's get into
All right,
it.
let's do this.
Clearly we have some options here. We have red peppers, we have some onions, we have some green onions, we have a little bit of seasoning, some coconut milk, and of course, curry paste. And this is masari, and I'm probably butchering the name, but that's okay. If I'm wrong, please correct me, this is like the key to making the curry that I usually make. I got this at an Asian supermarket, but I don't know like if they sell these at like regular Stop and Shop or not, but I'm sure they have something along those lines. And so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna cut the chicken up, and yeah, just some chicken tenders. It's gonna be pretty simple. You wanna get in on cutting this up?
Yeah, I would. Now, do you want it like diced, or how big do you want it?
Yeah, we're gonna cut it up. We're just gonna dice it up into little cubes, and yeah.
Sure.
So here you go.
All right.
Take a couple. Just gonna use like 3 chicken tenders. So good. And I usually like try to get the tendon out too.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. Didn't do that until after. Yeah, I am not a good cutter.
It's okay. We'll get you there.
Yeah, I make my fiance do all the time.
Yeah, usually what I like to do is cut off the excess fat and then cut the tendons out. And like when I'm holding my knife, I like to hold it with like the thumb on this side.
Oh, okay.
And that kind of like gets you into it. And then what I'm gonna do is just kind of like rock back and forth with it.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, that's usually how I do it.
I think I'm cutting it too small, but I really want to practice that rocking motion.
Yeah, and if you cut everything, like in terms of chicken, to be the same size, it's all gonna cook at the same rate.
I didn't even think of
Yeah.
that.
So if like you have smaller pieces, it's actually going to
Cook faster.
Yeah.
Well, here we are.
Well, thanks you can say, hey, it's okay.
It's my practice.
It's better than those box curries, so it's all that matters.
Oh, just in my box curry.
A little bit, but you know, you can do better than that.
What other kind of things do you use with curry? Any kind of other proteins?
I usually go with the chicken, but like, you know, you can use like shrimp on this dish or something like that.
I eat curry with paneer a lot, that like cubed Indian cheese.
Oh, yeah, no, I never used that before.
Oh, it's really good.
What's your process for that?
You usually get it, it's basically like a hard cottage cheese, and you can get it from any kind of like Indian supermarket or anyone that kind of specializes in that type of food. It's really good.
Well, that's cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, the first time I ever had it was this great restaurant in Quincy, and
yeah, Quincy usually has good stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because this is the way I've been making like my curry, and it's just kind of like a fast version of it. And I know there's like a more in-depth way of doing it.
Fast is good though. If you don't have time, you don't have time.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, you get home and tired, and you just got home from work. You're like, I just want something like simple but tasty, you know?
Right.
So that's kind of my view on it. Yeah, almost done cutting this chicken up. All right, so now we're gonna need a bowl to put the chicken off to the side. So I'm just gonna use some more magic because I can do that.
Still amazing every time.
Yeah. So let's put the chicken into that bowl right there. You want to start it off.
Right. Would you like me to? Or
if you want to pass it to me, I got it. Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Okay, let's put that over here. We're doing rice next, and I always like to wash my rice, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash it and just kind of do a quick walkthrough of how to do it. So yeah, here it is. A big thing when you're cooking rice is you want to rinse your rice, and this will help make it a lot fluffier and get kind of like the germs and like all the dust that like the grains rubbing together might cause, and this will have your rice cook a lot better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some basmati rice that I got from Trader Joe's. I'm just gonna put a little bit in the pot here. I mean, normally if you read the instructions on the back of these, they'll say like put a cup of rice and 2 cups of water. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And I usually have the water running about like lukewarm. Doesn't have to be too hot. I have this strainer here, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fill up the pot full of rice with water. Turn that off. We're just gonna bring it over here. What I like to do is just kind of shake it all around. Still have some rice left, just make sure I get all of it. Just kind of move it around, give it a rinse. I like to do this 2 to 3 times. You can see, like when you actually put it in, the water gets kind of murky. It's the first time, put it back in the pot. Just gonna fill it up a little bit. And what I'm looking for is for the water just to be a little on the clearer side. This isn't too bad, but I'm just gonna give it one more rinse. Okay, put it back in. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple step. It's just an extra step that you don't always want to do, especially when you get home late at night. You just kind of want to skip it. But if you want good rice, I suggest rinsing your rice, and I really can't reiterate that enough. So I'm just gonna put this over here. We'll get that started. Turn this on.
Do you usually like estimate how much water you're gonna put in, or do you measure?
Usually, you know, 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I'll put some salt in it. You can even put butter in it, but I guess we're just not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. We're gonna let that come to a boil.
You wait till it boils before you put the lid on?
Boils, and then we'll slow cook it for 18 minutes. So one of us hopefully will pull out our phones. I'm actually really bad at timing my rice, just because I don't put it on a timer.
Fair enough.
I just use my phone timer. But for the time being, let's get into cutting some of these vegetables.
Okay, great.
We'll cut the onions first. What I like to do, obviously you have to peel off the sticker. That's huge for starters. You don't want stickers in your...
Stickers can be tasty, why not?
Yeah. Good. And I like to cut in half. Now, I try not to cut the root. So the root being right here or here, because that's what causes you to start crying once you cut the root.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you're in tears when you're cutting onions, that's kind of it helps.
You always hear those weird tricks of
So
how
I'll give you that one to cut.
cut an onion.
And then, so we're gonna peel it. And I just like to use the heel of the knife right there.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna cut myself.
And just kind of go down the middle. Just just get into it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then just where you made that kind of seam right there, just start peeling away.
I always peel too far down.
Yeah, I've taken out a few layers, I'm not gonna lie. That's okay though, as long as you get your onion at the end of the day. And we'll just keep it simple today. We'll just cut the long way, so I'm just gonna go, not on flip it the other way.
This way?
Yeah, so don't cut on the roots. If you go, let's see, like that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And when you're cutting, try to keep your knuckles or your like that, so you don't like risk cutting your fingers.
Oh, okay. So do you do it like this way?
I'm gonna do it like this, but I try to keep my fingertips. I don't want to hold it like that. I want to keep my fingertips like this.
I have nothing to hold on to in the back.
What you can also do is just go like this if you're running out of space.
Okay.
Or if you want to flip it.
Oh, okay. So like that.
So kind of put your finger like that.
I can't see.
Yeah, like.
Like that?
Yeah. Yeah, go a little thicker on that.
How you feeling about those?
We're getting there.
I lost a layer.
It's okay, it's okay.
As you're having like a panic attack watching me. I understand, it's really fine.
We all have to learn at some point. Yeah, my dad, he taught me how to cook, so he always made that known, like, curl your fingers up before you use the knife.
That's super smart. Don't cut the root. Don't cut the root.
Yeah, unless you want, get the waterworks going, like.
Everybody needs a good cry every once in a
does,
while.
but like just not today,
Not today.
Today's not that day.
My sad onions.
Our water's almost boiling, we're getting there.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna julienne this pepper. So this is gonna be a bonus tip.
The world where cutting a red pepper is super dramatic comes a bonus tip. Bonus tip. How to julienne cut a red pepper. Cut the top and the bottom. Cut the stems here. Roll out the pepper and cut the stems. Cut like this. This should be your result. Slice. Keep cutting. You can do it. Keep slicing the pepper. This should be your finished result. It should look like this. And that was your dramatic, cinematic bonus tip. Now back to cooking rice with Max and Tiff like nothing.
What we need to do is
happened.
time the rice out, so we'll do 18 minutes.
Okay,
You have to pull your phone out and set the time.
All right, we are good.
And I'm really terrible at setting the time. Like usually I just try to like guess 18 minutes and then I forget and then I take the lid off and like the rice isn't fully cooked and what I tried to avoid is taking the lid off until it's like fully done. Because after 18 minutes we're just gonna let it steam for a little bit and take off the heat. Some green onions, that's gonna be our garnish. So this won't go on till after we've cooked everything.
Okay.
I'll let you do this part.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Now I'm scared.
Practice those knife skills.
Oh, jeepers.
All right, so here we go.
All right.
You have a pretty busy looking cutting board.
I do. It's a little preoccupied. There's a little party going on. All righty. What is the best way to cut green onions?
Yeah, so I like to line these up, and then the top's gonna be a little messy, but like try to hold it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep. Then pick up your knife.
And then you want to do like front to back or?
Yeah, front to back, just kind of rock it. Yeah, it's kind of like.
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Alright.
Max, I'm growing up.
We're all growing up. It's a big day. Alright, so you have the green onions. Nice. I'll save those for later.
What are you using to season the chicken?
This is gonna be really crazy. So, like, you're not prepared for this.
Oh,
So,
I'm really not.
from what I hear, like, people don't always season their foods, which is, you know,
Terrible.
like,
What a
you know,
life.
it's kind of bad. Like, I don't understand it, but don't be one of those people. But like, what we're gonna do today, like, we're just gonna use some garlic salt and some black pepper. I promise you, like, a little bit goes a long way here. Simple things, right? You know. So we got the black pepper. Salt.
You do the Italian method. We don't measure anything in my house. It's just
Yeah.
like a dash of this.
See, this is why I'm not a baker.
Oh man,
'Cause-
baking is so different than cooking.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of like respect for it, but like I just want to be able to like put as much on as I want. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna turn the pan, the heat on. Nice, beautiful. Put a little bit of olive oil. Now you can do this, I'm using extra virgin olive oil, but you can do this with like, I usually use sunflower oil for this.
Really?
Just because it has a higher cooking temp.
Yeah.
And but today, you know, I decided to change things up a little bit.
I use a lot of sesame oil for things.
Yeah, sesame oil is great. You could actually use that in this dish. I didn't bring that today, but
Oh man,
you know,
next time,
we'll do
next
that.
time.
Let that heat up. We can probably put our vegetables in here. Like the peppers are probably take the longest to break down in the
Right.
pan, so I'm gonna put those in first.
Have you ever made your own paste before?
No, that's what I'm interested in doing.
Probably a really long process.
I've seen like recipes online and like a lot of like cookbooks and stuff like that, but if we're trying to get home on a weekday or
Right.
something like that, then
You're not going to be creating a curry paste.
yeah.
So a little really goes a long way, huh?
Yeah, this is like a spicier curry paste.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. Probably gonna put a little bit of salt in here too.
Nice.
We'll mix in the chicken. Nice.
So for like a lot of folks, curry is like the homey food, you know, like what you eat with your family. Do you have any foods that you're really into, like that you ate with your family growing up?
Yeah, I mean, this was one of them. My dad used to cook this all the time, but also he makes like a really nice. My dad was the chef in the family, and around 9 years old, like everyone in my family had to cook dinner for the entire family.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
It's terrifying, but awesome.
Well, I mean, we had help. It wasn't like it was all you, but like they would like teach us like how to make a meal we wanted to make, and then go into it.
That's
But,
really cool. Life skills.
Yeah, exactly. And really big on that. And but like my favorite meal growing up that he cooked was steak and French fries. But like he'd do like a garlic butter with some herbs on it, and then he'd cook the steak a certain way, it'd be super tender, and yeah, it was really good. And then he had what's called a French frylator, and he would put the fries down in the pan and cook them, and then take them out, and then he would like salt. I forget if he salted or used black pepper and everything, but then he'd double fry them again, so they'd be like extra crispy.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, and then one time, like, my best friend came over and he's like, these fries don't even need ketchup. I'm like, I mean, that'd be a sin if you did that, but, so, yeah, that was my favorite, like, homey meal. How about you?
That's funny. My dad actually used to make steak and fries on Sunday. That's hysterical. I've never heard anyone actually say that before.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, my dad worked second shift a lot, so we didn't have him a lot during the week. So when the weekend came around, we usually had Sundays. And that was like our day with him, and he used to cook all day, and then like the house would be open to everyone, so just random people would stop by.
Yeah,
and
so you grew up with it.
Yeah. The kind of like Italian thing is to like have all the food on the counter all day, and people just come by and pick and grab whatever. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. My house was like very welcoming to other people.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a big family too. Like,
yeah.
we had a small one. That's cool. I wish I had. That sounds awesome. Yeah, it's funny because I think like that's where like I don't know if this is the same for you, but like that's where I kind of learned to respect like making like a homemade meal, because like we'd always sit down with each other and like, you know, talk about each other's day and everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. I actually really respect that, because like I didn't have that a lot growing up, just because my parents had really weird working hours.
From a different situation.
Yeah, exactly. But like I appreciate it now, like when we do get together, and it makes you just kind of cherish those moments a little bit more.
Yeah, it's awesome. Cool.
So how long is this gonna take?
I'm honestly just kind of going off like what I think is best. I want to make sure the chicken's cooked properly, cooked all the way through. And chicken's like a pretty like boring thing to cook, but the thing is it's so versatile that like you can do anything with it, you know? But
it's also for me the trickiest thing to cook. Like if my steak's a little under, that's fine. If my chicken's a little under, that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, what I'm looking for is just to make sure the sides, like, it's kind of the same with like red meat too, but just make sure the sides are white before I flip. And like I'm moving it around a lot too anyways, so it's also really helpful. I also want to make sure like I don't burn the onions or anything like that.
Yeah.
And a good trick for like if your onions are cooking too fast is if you take a little bit of water and dump it in, it'll stop the cooking process. It'll lessen it so it's not like caramelizing if you don't want it to go that far. Or burning, you know, these things happen.
Would you like me to scoop rice or wait?
Let's check it out.
Ooh, it's like sticking straight up.
Alright.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be hot if I touch that handle, isn't it? That's for you.
It's nice and hot. If I can see your plate, I'll serve you up.
Ah, thank you. Holy guacamole, that's really good.
And that's how you make, I'm using to make red chicken curry.
It's really good. It has like enough zest where it's spicy enough without being overpowering, and the cream of the coconut milk. That's bomb.
Yeah, you can always adjust accordingly without how much curry paste you put in, whatever works for you. Now everyone has like a different interpretation of what like spices, so.
I could eat like 3 bowls of it.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way this came out.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, Max.
Yeah, no problem. You know, sharing is caring.
Ooh, curry. Can I have some?
No!
Get out.
Hi friends, if you like this video by the local scene, share the love and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe.